By the CEO of Home Union, Don Ganguly. Don, welcome to America's Forum.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
We're so glad to have you. Was there any unexpected data coming out in the recent S&P Case-Shiller report from your vantage point?
No, actually, the trend sort of continues. This is the third month in a row that the rate of the home gains have actually declined. You've seen, the growth has been in some of the Sun Belt markets like LA and San Francisco, Miami, Tampa, and then places like Vegas. You've seen cities like Phoenix, which went down, and we saw a lot of, frenzied investor buying going on, and it came on up, and now it's sort of taking a dip. So, by and large, I think we're sort of approaching a new normal. Things are coming down a little bit month over month, and I think the consensus is that we are going to go back to more of a 3 to 4% home price appreciation in the coming year.
So the new normal, whenever I hear that phrase, I think about things still kind of being soft, part and parcel of the overall economic slowdown. Is it a matter of softening or just being steady? Kind of decode the new normal for us, if you would.
I hate to do this. It sounds like a politician, but I think sort of soft and steady.
I've been there, pal, so present company accepted, I'm sure. But you know what I'm saying here. Bottom line.
No, absolutely. So let me actually address that. So, it's sort of a soft and steady, and I'll tell you, we're seeing a little bit of what I would call a tale of two cities, or, there's a haves and have-nots. And I'll give you a quick stat. I mean, the problem here has been largely, first-time buyers. They've traditionally been about 40% of the overall number. They're down to, they hover around 26, 27%. If you look at last year's stats, homes over $500,000. I think there was a 26% plus increase, but homes below 150,000, there was a decrease. So folks in that 33 and younger, that starter sort of period, are having a tough time because of student debt, because of more stringent lending conditions, and you're just not seeing that demographic come in and buy.
Well, Don,
and some of
that issue, the student loan issue, that is a huge issue, and the debt that students or recent graduates hold now, eclipsing credit card debt, huge concern here. How long is this going to be a problem? And can it normalize on its own, or does the government have to step in and do something about the student loan for those first-time home buyers to reappear in the market?
Well, it's more structural, right? I mean, it depends on, if you've got kids, it depends on what kind of job, what kind of degrees people have. I mean, we're in Southern California. We're a real estate tech platform, and we have a tough time finding, talent that we would like in the tech area. And on the other hand, there are a number of other professions where folks are just not, just not able to find jobs at the right, salary. So if you look at that breakdown, you will find that a number of folks are actually working at wage levels that are compressed, or are underemployed. And so I don't know how that gets fixed in the short term, where they would feel comfortable, going out and getting a mortgage. See, the other piece is if you get an FHA loan, you can get in with 3.5%, but the FHA insurance premiums have gone up. Now, here's a stat. Typically a mortgage loan is about 24% off your overall income, and for the higher income guys, it's now around it's around 20%. But for the first time buyers, it's around 24%, which is like the normal that it's been. But that's still not getting them into this area because one is the lack of down payment, two is the qualification, three is I think there's a certain trepidation because of job insecurity. So if I want to buy a house in Chicago and settle down, and what if I get a job tomorrow, or my job's not stable and I've got to move to some other city? What do I do then? It's those kind of thoughts, and a lot of these folks, are preferring to rent. The other thing you have is household formations, and you'll see a lot of the economists, forecasting out that they're expecting more household formations, which is in turn tied to job growth. And household formations are, I think, about 30 to 40% of normal levels. They're at about 300,000 versus a million.
Dan, excuse me right there. When you talk about household formations,
right.
Could you go into some background on exactly what that means?
It means kids moving out from their parents. It means new families starting. It means people that are looking for shelter. That are looking for new shelter. So if folks are staying with their parents or they're doubling up with their friends, household formation essentially is a good indicator of people finding jobs, creating families, and then looking for shelter. So that's been normally about the normal level of that. If you go back, is roughly about 1 million or so, million one a year. And if you look at what that's been running, in post recessionary periods, it's been running at a third to 40% of that. So that's sort of an engine that drives a lot of stuff.
Wow. When I hear you talk about this household formations and the drop off there, it really brings home, Dan Ganguly, how challenging the economy is. Listen, we thank you so much for your time. We look forward to having you back to talk about this very important topic again in the future. Thanks so much.
Those two words, new normal, you think about the real estate market will ever be the same, and we don't know, but we want to hear from you. Reach out to us on social media. Find us right here on any of these addresses at Newsmax TV, hashtag America's Forum, connect at newsmaxtv.com is email address, and Facebook, facebook.com/Newsmax TV.